Good evening and welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. My name is Drew Celli. Alongside me tonight is Will Harrelson. And Will, it was a very busy Friday in the world of Wisconsin high school sports.
Absolutely, Drew. Not only did we have plenty of teams competing in the Level 3 state tournament in football games, but we also had two area teams in the Division 4 volleyball state semifinals.
Newman Catholic took on Prentice today in Green Bay, with the winner moving on to tomorrow morning's state championship game. Newswatch 12 sports director Saul Meyer was in Green Bay and has the full story.
WIAA state tournament for volleyball is underway, and there are two teams still alive in our area in the hunt for a state championship. The only problem, they're playing each other. Newman Catholic and Prentice are facing off in the state semifinals for Division 4, one game away from a state championship berth. Prentice started this game out strong, taking an early lead in the first set. However, Newman Catholic settled in and mounted a comeback to win the first set 25-21.
Took us a little while for us to settle in. It's a different environment. You know, you can play in lots of different gyms, but nothing is like this. But boy, I tell you, once they settled in and they started running their offense the way that we could, you know, that took Prentice out of their game.
Then the Fighting Cardinals turned it on, winning the next two sets 25-10 and 25-15 to sweep Prentice and advance to the state title game.
Breathe, believe, and ball out. That's what we have in our mind. It's really our positive mindset. We talk a lot about what our self-talk is, and we talk a lot about what our talent level is, and to believe in that.
Prentice was one game away from making the state championship, but they shouldn't hang their heads for falling short. Head coach Mike Murphy is still proud of his team for having the winningest season in school history.
When the hurt of this subsides, that's what we're going to remember the season on. And, you know, I'm so proud of these girls. It's fantastic. There has not been a practice where they haven't given me 100%.
We'll see if the Fighting Cardinals can bring home yet another gold ball. Their first since 2016, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But for now, reporting here in Green Bay, I'm Saul Meyer, Newswatch 12.
An impressive victory by the Fighting Cardinals this morning as they move on to the D4 state championship game.
Now we go from the volleyball court to the gridiron as Level 3 of the Wisconsin State football playoff took place tonight as teams look to punch their ticket to the state semifinals.
Our marquee matchup of the week was the lone matchup that featured two teams in our area. And Will, you were at that one tonight.
Yes, I was, Drew. Stratford, the defending Division 6 state champions, were on the road tonight as they took on Auburndale. While Stratford has yet to give up points in the playoffs, Auburndale has had a battle through some close games to get to this point. So let's make our way all the way down to Auburndale to see how things played out. Here in the first quarter, Stratford with the ball on third down, and they hand it off to stud running back Kohler Tilty, and he plows over a defender for the first down. A few plays later, it's third down and long once again. Quarterback Jack Tubbs drops back and floats one for Colt Hitchie, and he hauls it in to set the Tigers up deep in Eagle territory. Now it's first and goal from the Auburndale 1, and they hand it off to Gavin Lodehart on the fullback dive, and he takes it in for the score and puts Stratford on the board first. Tigers would roll on this one as they run past Auburndale 40-7.
Wrightstown taking on Wittenberg-Burnhamwood at DC Everest tonight. We're going to start in the first quarter. After forcing a safety, Whitburn is going to go with the reverse on the kick return. Owen Dickman is going to make a man miss, and he is going to take this one back to the house. It gives the Chargers an early 9-0 lead.
How about that one?
Yeah, that was a good play right there. Good trick play, and it works. We go to the second quarter. Back come the Tigers. Peyton Van de Hey goes right up the middle. He's in. It is a 9-7 game. This game, it turned quickly. They got to stop. Here's the next possession for Wrightstown. Van de Hey again. He breaks through a crease. He is gone. Second touchdown of the quarter. Wrightstown, they would go on to win this one 41-17. We'll be right back after the break. For the Friday Night Blitz, my name is Drew Celli. That is Will Harrelson. Will, we just covered the 11-man games, but there was one 8-man game that we got to see tonight.
That's right. Unbeaten Florence, fresh off of a win against Three Lakes, took on Oakfield with a spot in the state championship on the line.
Here we go. Florence and Oakfield, a spot in the state championship game. Who's going to claim it? We start in the first quarter. Logan Scholl's going to keep it on the read option, and he is going to absolutely lower the boom on a defender here, and he's going to take this one deep into enemy territory. Later that drive, same play. Scholl's going to keep it on the read option. He dives into the end zone. The Bobcats score first, and they led 8-0. Now in the fourth quarter, they continue to lead. This play was the icing on the cake for Florence. William Kelly had a big game last week against Three Lakes. He did it again tonight on the keeper. He is gone. That's a house call. Florence takes this one 40-12. They are going to the state championship game. And another WIA action tonight. It finally happened, Will. Edgar, they gave up points for the first time since the 25th of August. They gave up a point. That being said, boy, did they have plenty of offense to make up for it. They took down Boyceville tonight by a final score of 52-26. This win marks 10 in a row for Edgar. They dropped their first game of the year to Ellsworth. Next up for Edgar will be Bangor in the Division 7 semifinals next Friday night. Winner of that game off to the D7 state championship.
The Milwaukee Bucks were in action tonight as they took on the New York Knicks in the inaugural NBA in-season tournament. Damian Lillard stole the show for Milwaukee with 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Giannis also had a solid game as well, scoring 22 points to go along with 8 rebounds and 6 assists. The Bucks now move to 3-2 on the season and will be back in action on Monday when they take on the Brooklyn Nets.
After a month on the road, the Wisconsin Wendigo were back on their home ice in Eagle River tonight as they took on the Chippewa Steel. Game was tied at the end of the second period, but the Wendigo got third period goals from Jacob Jastrzebski and Logan Nicholas as they went on to win 3-1. The Wendigo now move to 8-7-2 on the season. The two teams will be right back at it tomorrow night as the Wendigo host the Steel once again at the Eagle River Sports Arena. Well, Will, another week of high school playoffs in the books. We have one team off to a state championship, 2 more teams in state semifinals.
That's right, Drew. Florence remains unbeaten, and Stratford and Edgar were both impressive on the road tonight.
You know, plenty of other stuff going on we couldn't get to. The Wisconsin Badgers hockey team, big win tonight on the road against the University of Michigan. They're playing real well right now.
They're playing fantastic hockey. Mike Hastings coming into Madison and just turning around this hockey program within 1 year.
Yeah, wins versus Minnesota, wins versus Michigan, and that's going to do it for the Friday Night Blitz. For Will Harrelson, I am Drew Celli. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday night.